and welcome back to Come Geek Some. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for all future content. On Twitter recently, I've come across quite a lot of people on KV who seem to be bringing up the fact that VM cheated on his girlfriend, and they all seem to think that that is some major revelation, and that him sleeping with women workers, we'll use that term, and they all think that's how he is. It's not. Because these people are basically saying, if you've cheated on your partner, you're lower than low, you're the worst of the worst, and you are basically every single name that they've been calling VM since this all started. Which is kind of funny when you think about it, because people cheat. That's just human nature, okay? That is human nature. And it doesn't really matter to anyone apart from the people involved. And people just don't seem to realise that, well, people on KV don't anyway. And, I will say this, when someone's cheated on by the partner, they're often left asking, why has this happened? Or why did you do this? Or why did you do that? Because let's all see it now, let's all face it. When you're in a relationship, that is someone you trust more than anything. And that's that person that you love the most as well, apart from obviously mum, dad, kids, whatever. And it's such a betrayal. It leaves people in shock and they're hurt. And they just don't know what to do. Obviously, they have all these emotions running through, anger, being, upset, crying, this sort of thing. But what you need to look at, the most common reason for infidelity is that that person and their partner have drifted apart. That is the most common reason for people who cheat. That's what happens there. And it doesn't matter how long they've been together. Vic and Michelle, they were together for supposedly 12 years. A lot can happen in those 12 years. At the very beginning, they could have been great. They could have been, together, having a great time. But then again, supposedly, all these things was going on about VM and all these supposed rumours. Because supposedly, everyone knew. It was an open secret. It was all this kind of stuff, Even though with that, it would be to see that in those 12 years, Michelle trusted him, loved him, and she was sticking by his side. When all of this was supposedly out there, she would have heard it. She would have known about it. But she stuck by him. Now all of a sudden, she has literally jumped on the KV wagon like that. And that makes you think, right, okay, so we've broken up. Certain things happened in the past, whatever. Nothing to do with anyone apart from the parties involved. But she jumped on that wagon with them very quickly. And she also basically brought everything he done. The amount of times he cheated, supposedly. Things he's done with other people. And she brought all that to the front. To me, that just sounds like a woman scorned. That's why she's jumped on it. Because she is upset that he finished with her. That's how I'm looking at this. Because if she finished with him, she would never have jumped on the wagon. That wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have been that way. She wouldn't have done it, because why would she? She's the one who finished with him. But obviously, when people get broken up, and when someone does it to the other partner, they can go out of their mind a little bit. It's like, no, we've been together, so I love you. How can you just do this? Why are you doing this? And it's normally the person who does the breaking up. They're the ones who've normally cheated. And in this case, it probably was VM who finished their relationship because of past things. However, again, I keep saying this. Whatever happened in their personal relationship between each other, if he cheated, if she cheated, it doesn't matter. That's got nothing to do with anyone but them. That is it. Everyone can have their own opinions on cheating. Yes, it's bad. Oh, yeah, but they do it because of this. That no one's opinion matters. That's probably the only time when people can actually say your opinion is rubbish. Because, again, if someone broke up and I had an opinion, I wouldn't expect them to take it on board, because it's like, yeah, I'm not involved in it. I don't know what's happened. It's that sort of dynamic. But when people feel unloved as well, they often do feel like they need to go and find that love somewhere else. And that's how this sort of thing has happened. But the way KV have jumped on it, and the way, again, how Michelle has jumped on their side to go against someone who, she supposedly loved for 12 years, was going to marry, stay with him for the rest of their lives, and all of a sudden she's jumped on someone else's side against that person she's loved for 12 years. And all of a sudden she's against him. That sort of thing still doesn't work. No matter what happens, the only, people break up, and even if it's a bad relationship, whatever, there's still parts of people that they still love that person. That's a given. Again, that's just human nature. That's just how human emotions work. But when someone literally jumps on the bandwagon against that person and they disclose every single bad thing that's happened, sort of thing, and they've done it publicly, to me, that's a woman scorned. That's someone who was in a relationship, who probably did everything she could to love him, and he just went off, done whatever. Again, I'm not condoning cheating. I don't care about people cheating, because to me, people can cheat all they want. I don't really care. As long as, I don't cheat and whoever my partner is doesn't cheat, we're happy. But when you see someone and this is all they do, and all they do is bring up all this kind of rubbish, then to be honest with you, that person doesn't have the right to be in a relationship. Because people who give you advice are normally the ones who have done that themselves. When you get people who say, oh, don't do this, don't do that, they could have done that in a past relationship. But getting back to this whole situation of KV using VM's personal relationship with someone as ammunition, that's just disgusting. Come on. We got Monica. We've only discussed Monica's past boyfriend, Guadalajara, whatever his name was, because of what he was, what he is. He was arrested because he was having a relationship with his 16-year-old student when he was 41. That's the only reason, and he was arrested for it. But then obviously the mother of the daughter of the 16-year-old came into it and everything else. And when you see that, it's like, right, okay, that is a story. Again, look at Weidenhart's brother. He's on a register now for the rest of his life because he was distributing things. But those people don't like to discuss those things because they know those things are what they're accusing VM of. And they know, they keep bringing this up as well, that, oh, well, he cheated on Michelle. So, it's got nothing to do with us. That's not our problem. That's their problem. That's their issues, not anyone else's. With him being done, and what people will say now as well, because I've seen quite a few things as well, where people are like, oh, Vic stands, they keep making excuses for why he cheated. No one's made excuses. It's just that no one cares that he cheated. All you people who are white knighting, again, you people who project things onto other people. Again, let's just look at Lynn Hunt, LJ Montello. She has called VM all these things under the sun, that he's forced himself on this age, that age, or whatever. But there's no video footage. But there is video footage of LJ Montello forcing herself onto 15-year-old girls and not letting one of them go. That's what that one is there. Again, you've got Ron Toye, who's projected everything about VM, saying he's done this to women, he's done that to women, he's hit them, he's done this, he's done that. But then all of a sudden, a few months later, court documents come out and a restraining order come out against Ron because of what he used to do to people, well, to his ex-wives. So the way you look at it, the people who are the ones who project the most, saying, oh, he does this, he does that, that person is the one who does that, because they're trying to get all the attention off of themselves, and they try and bury the past. But this day and age, it does not work. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people soon.